Are we back? Are we back? Refresh! Refresh! Hello. Is this Twitch's way of making sure I don't overwork myself? Hi, Crimson. Sorry, chat. Whew. I got nervy there. OBS just crashed on me. OBS has been really weird recently. Hi, Tricky. Hi, Fallen. Hi, TJ Raz. OBS has been really weird. I don't know if, like, I've heard that a lot of people... OBS is more stable than my mind. That's crazy. But, like, a lot of people have been, like, weird for everyone. Hi, Sputnik. It's been weird lately because before, like, yesterday, it couldn't detect my gaming PC. Today, it works now. And then it's just so weird, chat. I don't understand what's going on. OBS is a little bit silly recently. I'm really sorry. C-Spot, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm really sorry, you guys, for the trouble. The potato trouble. Thank you, Carcot, for pinning that. OBS, get your shit together. It's been weird, but I think they're working on. It's just issues. How is co-working? Co-working was good. I still want one more hour of co-working, cause I'm 8 recipes away from finishing. There's just one more out, like 8 recipes, so we're so close to the end. Lazy low-key Canadian? What if I am high-key Canadian? Yes, stupendous. I don't have the Canadian accent. What's like something Canadian? A boot. What's the Canadian thing that I can try and like imitate? They call their soda pop instead of like soda. Bagel? How do Canadians say bagel? I say garbage. Mango. Yeah? Oh, hello! Come here. There you go. Sorry. Is that Canadian enough to say sorry? 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 Am I saying it right? Ooh. Mango, give us your best, Yes, Ashley, what's up? Canada? Do I sound Canadian? No, you don't sound Canadian. At all. I feel like it's hard to tell unless like someone has really thick Canadian accent. I don't... Is it because I'm from Toronto? Probably. Wait, where in Canada do I go to then experience like thick Canadian accent? Like, just like the recognizable Canadian accent. Montreal? I like Canadian hockey bro slang. No? Oh, it's more French. That's just French Canadian. Winnipeg? I'd say Alberta. Alberta. So you're telling me if I Google search Alberta, like, accent, we're going to, like, be in the thick of, like, Canadian. Like, we'll experience, like, thick Canadian. Honestly, I don't know a single Canadian. This motherfucker says milk, Lizzie. Wait, what? They pronounce milk, milk? Wait. Pause. Alberta is redneck Dude, I can't say Canada. My brain just, like, goes, like, Canada. Are the Canadians gonna hate me? But I never say Canada. I just say Canada. You from Canada? That's sick. Say it like it is, Ashley. Chest out, shoulders back. Calgary is somewhere I would want to go for the horse rallies. Lee's is too American. Everyone says Canada. Yeah, but it's 'cause Canada. I've never seen a single Canadian be able to pronounce the word bagel. The name Canada likely comes from Kanata, meaning village or settlement in 1535. Ninja, thank you for the resub. Hell yeah, Ninja Bunnies. Hi, Bang! Did I wake you up? Is it a bad time? Hi, Bang! OBS just crashed. OBS is being weird lately. First off, it didn't detect my gaming PC. It worked today. I went live, and then now it crashed. I don't know what it caused what. Okay, I want to hear a thick Canadian accent. I'm literally gonna search, I'm just gonna Google search thick American, like thick Canadian accent. And figure out if I can actually understand. Oh, it's Ryan Reynolds? Canadian versus American pronunciation. Okay, let me hear it. Let's hear it. I'm curious. Bro, if you knew how much shit she has on her PC. On my streaming PC, that's true. Okay.
There's a lot of pronunciation differences between you, the dual citizen but Canadian born, and of course me, the Bay Area born and raised Brody Brazil. So,
Hi Zigzag, thank you for continuing your gift subs.
that word right there, Brownie, you're from
Pasta.
Saskatchewan, that's where you were born. How were you raised to say that word?
Well, first of all, I was raised pasta. But
It's pasta.
now I've grown up.
It's pasta.
I've lived half my life in the
You say
United
it like-
States. I've been corrected. That
Right.
was the key right there. I've
Okay.
been corrected many times.
All right, so if you're watching enough hockey, you hear this word all the
Organization.
time. And how do you say it north of the border?
Organization.
Organization. Is that 5 syllables?
Yes. Well, how do you say it?
Like organization, maybe 3.
Organization.
Organization.
You do everything in a hurry. See, I'm from
Organization.
Western Canada. There's no hurry. Relax.
Get through
Enjoy
it.
it.
Organization.
Organ-
Organization. Whatever. Okay. It's all about the.
Process.
So, like, you eat.
I sometimes say process instead of process. Listen, I say, like, sometimes I say process, and then sometimes I say process. You know? I do both, but I'm not Canadian. Because I think Hi, MG. Process just sounds really, like, nice. But at the same time, y'all be making fun of me when I say privacy. Y'all bully me the fuck out of privacy. And now I say privacy. Blech. Privacy is nice. When you say, like, privacy, it's like, you know, boo. How much processing? See, you say processing. Processing? Processing. Oh god, chat. Privacy. Privacy's nice. Privacy. I blame Canada. Mischievous. Mischievous. Stabilizer? Stabilizer? Am I fucked? Water. Aluminium. Aluminium. Am I not saying it right? Aluminium. Am I fucked? Is it, guys?
Processed foods?
I say
Your
process
mind
now,
processes
but
things?
yeah, that's
Process?
more syllables, slower. You're starting to realize what we do.
All right, so
Take our time.
We've
Enjoy
gone,
it a little bit.
We've gone through some words that are different here. What is that right there? What do you call that in Canada? That box of goodness that we all enjoy, even as adults.
Well,
Kraft
it's
mac
the
and
first
cheese.
word, craft dinner. KD, craft dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is macaroni and cheese. I don't care what you say. That is
So-
macaroni and
so
cheese.
let me tell you
I'm
why
gonna have
it's
some mac
Kraft
and cheese
dinner.
for dinner tonight. Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
there's many different types of macaroni and cheese, homemade, different boxed ones.
that's-
That one right there, KD, craft dinner, the best. Ask any kid.
In Canada, they'll tell you I'm having craft dinner tonight. You guys are weird. What is that?
That's a toque.
That's a toque. I learned this. It's a toque. That is a toque.
Is it really?
One syllable. Toque. Say it.
Beanie.
2 syllables.
Okay,
now all of
so
a sudden
maybe,
I'm
maybe
speeding
I'm the
things
bad
up.
guy now. All right, I'm the bad guy. All right, one more. Now this one blows my mind. That's a parking garage. Like I'm going to
It's
go
a-
put my car
are
in the
they gonna
parking
say
garage. In fact,
parkade?
at work here, I park in a parking garage. But in Canada, they call it
A parkade.
like an arcade, but a parkade.
Apparently, however you
Okay, honestly, I'm with Canada on this one. Calling it a parkade just shortens the entire fucking bullshit. Of like, oh, just a parking garage or whatever. Parkade actually works. Alright? I don't want to hear any of this shit. I've never said parkade in my life. Are you even Canadian, Ashley? I'm sorry. Now she starts questioning. Guess Canada, like Toronto is different? Okay, question. What do you call it then? If it's not a parkade, it's like what, a parking area? I feel like parking, like a parkade just shortens like whatever descriptive thing and makes the parking instead of an adjective as a noun. Like you can have parking as a verb and like an adjective for the area, but if you just say parkade, it becomes like a noun. It's just like the place where you park. You know what I mean? Just call it parking, that's fair. So you don't want to hear any shitcade? What? Square thinking everyone keeps their moving boxes. Stop making things up, pleasey. What? What do you mean? I call it expensive parking. Let's just park somewhere we don't have to pay.
break it down,
Fair.
it's a little bit different.
All right.
Parkade.
That's the segment I've been wanting to do here on Sharks Pregame Live for
How
8
did we do?
seasons.
That was it. Took. Hi, Grave. Hi. Welcome in. Took was probably the weirdest one I heard. I was like, what do you call it? Because that shit's a beanie. Ooh, chat, there's a British versus American versus Canadian English differences. Oh, hell yeah. I'm here for it. Teach me. Teach me the ways. I want to hear it. Fight. Oh my god, what infomercial is this shit?
Welcome back to English with Lucy. I've got a great video planned for you today. We are going to be comparing Canadian. I think
Here on YouTube,
them.
focus on all things spoken English with an American accent. My accent is what I would call and since then,
Rachel representing the US
Well, hello, Lucy from the YouTube farm.
on
Okay.
this channel. English. I speak with a modern RP accent.
Dude, I just realized I'm blocking the guy's face. Give me a second. I'm blocking the Canadians. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Am I saying it right? I'm sorry. She hates Canadians. No, I do not. This is a hate crime. Okay. Here you go. Let's listen.
I'd just like to remind you that there's a free PDF. A quick
There's so
on the
many.
mailing list.
God,
Subscribe again.
get to the video.
But there will be a if Canadians have sent us how did with
Child, the letters. Watch the.
Oh.
This first one is definitely the letter Z. Although as a child we watched the American version of Sesame
Z.
Street, and they tried to get me to learn it as the letter Z. But this in Canada is definitely the letter Z. X, Y, Z.
I would definitely call this
Z.
letter Z.
Interesting. For me, in the UK, in British English,
Z.
it is the letter Z as well. I really relate to Bob on that one because we used to watch and they Z call this.
So this is definitely a bill in Canadian English. When you're at a restaurant and when you're done eating, you ask your server if you can have the bill.
Yeah,
The
it's
check
the
is
bill.
the most common, but I would also call
Wait, what? Chat, hold. I've always called it the bill. You ask for the bill, the tab. Am I wrong?
this the bill.
In the
Oh,
UK, this is always the bill. Can I have the bill? And funny story, I worked as a waitress when I was a teenager, and someone once said to me, "Can I have the bill?" But I misread their lips, and I thought they said, "Can I have some milk?" And I brought them a glass of milk, and they were just so confused. Okay, on to the third. What would you call this? And remember that you can write in the comment section below what you would call these as well if you say something different.
So we call these either running shoes or runners in Canadian English. If you're going to go out for a walk
I literally just thought they're just shoes. They're shoes.
or a run, you put on your running shoes or you put on your runners.
There are lots of different terms I might use for this. Tennis shoes or running shoes, even though they might not specifically be for tennis or
Trainers?
running. Also,
Sneakers?
sneakers.
Interesting. We don't use any of those words in the UK. We understand them. Sneakers, running shoes, tennis shoes. But I would say that running shoes would be specifically for running. In general, we call these shoes trainers.
Trainers.
Trainers. Okay, on to the next.
A long time
morning,
ago in
Kim.
Canadian English, we called this a Chesterfield,
Couch.
but now we just call it a couch. Sometimes we might say
Say couch again. Wait, say it again. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like how he said couch. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
sofa, but Chesterfield, but now we just call it a couch. Some
Couch. Couch. It's a couch. Chat, am I turning Canadian now? It's a couch. It's a casting couch. That's how it's pronounced.
Sometimes we might say sofa, but usually when we see something like this, we say, I'm gonna go sit on the couch.
I would call this either a couch or a sofa.
Funny. Okay, so we would hardly ever call this a couch. That sounds very American and Canadian.
Oh my god, British is like couch. It's very like couch. He's too pure for that,
Ian,
Liz.
to me, we would almost always call this a
Hi,
sofa
Tom.
or sometimes a settee. A Chesterfield to
settee?
me seems like an old-fashioned leather sofa. It's a specific design. We do have a lot of Americanisms in British English, and we would say a couch potato, not a sofa potato. That doesn't work. If someone's lazy, they're a couch potato, so we have adopted that. Okay, on to the next one.
The $1 coin in Canada has a loonie on it. That's a bird that lives in northern Canada. So we decided we would just call this the loonie. Then when we decided to have a $2 coin, we thought we would call it a toonie. Because it's worth $2 and
I
it
know this. It's so cute. It's so cute. The Canadians call it a loony and then a toonie. It's so cute.
rhymes with loony.
Slang for $1, a buck.
I love the loony and then the toonie. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I've heard of buck before. So we don't have dollars in the UK, we have pounds. And our slang term for £1 is a quid. And we haven't thought of a cool name for two. We call it 2 quid. 1 quid, 2 quid. Another thing to note is when we have £5 or 5 quid, we'll call it a fiver. And for 10,
tenner.
a tenner.
In Canada, we would call this pop. I think it's the second half of the word
knew
soda pop. I think my
that.
American cousins use the first part of the word. I think they call it soda, but we just call it pop.
Actually, in the US, we use either soda or pop, depending on the region. I personally use soda.
It's called soda.
Interesting. Okay, so there are definitely some clear similarities between those two, unsurprisingly. In the UK, it's very different. You will find some people, I think more up north, saying pop. But in general, we call it fizzy drinks, which doesn't sound as cool. Now, the word soda to us is
Fizzy.
quite confusing because a soda for us is fizzy water. So I remember going over to the US and I was offered a soda and I thought, oh, how boring. No, I'll have something more interesting like a Coke, please. Okay, on to the next one.
In Canada, we use the metric system, so we measure distance in kilometers, but that seems like a really big word, so sometimes we just say clicks. If you ask someone, how do I get to Niagara Falls? They might say, oh, it's about 40 clicks from here. Sometimes it's spelled with a C, sometimes with a K.
I always kilometers though. Wait, pause. I meant, huh? What the fuck? It's a kilometer. But you guys, Americans go for miles.
I would call that 1 kilometer, but of course, in the US,
kilometer.
we're much more familiar with miles.
Yeah.
So we're quite boring here. We would just call it a kilometre. But sometimes when we're running or doing sport, we will just shorten that down to K. So I love running and I like to run 5K and 10K. 5 kilometres, 10 kilometres. I've never heard of click before. That's quite cool. For driving, we do still tend
never
to
heard of
use
clicks.
miles. Our
That's
speed
wild.
is in miles per hour. How weird is that? I go running in kilometres, but I drive in miles. We need to sort that out. All right, let's talk about this one. This is what I actually celebrated this weekend that's just gone past.
In Canadian English, we would call
What do you call the final party that you have before you get married?
this either a stag and doe or a Jack and Jill. It's a party that a couple has about a month or two before their actual wedding, where they just invite friends and family over just to have a good time.
What does stag do? What is a Jack and Jill? Who is Jack and Jill? Went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Are they talking about bachelor parties? Yeah.
To celebrate the fact that they're getting married.
That would be a bachelor party for a man,
And a
bachelorette
bachelorette.
party for a woman.
Ah, it's completely different. In the UK, we say hen do. A do is a party or
Yeah, and
a
stag
do. Now it's more
That's
common
what
for
I
them to be more than one night. People like to
Stag
go
do
away
and
for
hen do.
weekends. But if it's just one night, you can say hen night or stag night as well. Also, it's not so common to celebrate them together, as Bob explained.
Guys, it's kind of fucked that my vocabulary is a mix of all three. I'm just here like, what?
But it is becoming more common, and we put stag and hen together and we call it a sten. Hag didn't sound so good. Okay, this next one is an interesting one, and I kind of just put it in for Bob.
What is the most commonly used question? Wait, what? What is your most commonly used question tag?
Let's see what he says.
What?
Canadians often add the word a to the end of a sentence to turn it into a question. So I can't really explain how it works, but I'll give you a few examples. I could say, it's a nice day out here, eh? Or I could say, it's getting hot out here, eh? Or if it was getting a...
His accent is cute! A? Chat, A? The Canadian accent is, that's crazy. Now I hear it. A cute accent, eh? Guys, question. What is an accent what accent do you find is attractive? I'm curious. For me, it is a Spanish accent. When someone speaks Spanish, it's just like, yes, please. I'm just like, yeah. Aussie! You like Australian accents. Hi, Alimara. Scottish. Okay, Scottish is a bit odd, but I can understand. First time here, but Scottish folks sound so cool. Really, I like all accents. I have a weird thing about the Welsh accent. Interesting, because Welsh is such an interesting language. I could never read it. It's fascinating. I don't really care about accents. They all look mostly fine. Not attractive, but Aussies have really cute terms for things that I say more than regular terms here. Danish. Slavic accents are also nice. Interesting. I feel like, what's like an accent? Aussie accents are cute. And they do say interesting things. But I do think Australian accents are very close to, like, British. To some degree. Like, they're almost like... I've noticed that some people, like, mistake Australian accents for, like, a British accent. And then sometimes people mistake British accents for Australian accents, which is kind of crazy. And New Zealand, yes.
bit windy, I could say, it's getting windy out here, eh? All of those would be examples of how Canadians use the word a.
A common question tag in the US would be, right?
Yes, I just wanted to hear Bob say A. I know it's a common stereotype that, well, there's two that I've heard of Canada, that they say a boot. In British English, we do use A sometimes. A? Or isn't it or doesn't it? We do say a lot. It's hot, isn't it?
Sometimes
we can shorten this down to
That is
in it.
misconception.
It's hot, isn't it?
That's fucking Alaska. Help me here. What do you mean? Do you not do the A? Nobody says fucking a bird. Oh, you're not disagreeing on the A. But they are basically Irish. Except maybe newsies, A or hey are very normal here. I also never, but it's less common than that what the world makes it out to be. It's like saying all Asians love sushi. It's fucked up. But like, okay. But I love sushi and I'm Asian. So maybe you're just wrong. In it is good. The one thing you will almost always hear from Canadians, though, is how they say car, How do you say car?
Oh my God, in it. Doesn't it can go to done it.
In it.
It hurts, done it. I've heard them say right a lot in American English. That's definitely creeping into British English because we just consume so much American media.
So Canada is a pretty big country, and in different parts, I think they have different words for this. We call them smokes. In some parts of Canada, they might call them darts, but most people, I think, just call them
Darts?
cigarettes.
I don't smoke, so I'm not super familiar here, but I would say cigarettes, or for shorter or for slang, ciggies or smokes.
So smokes sounds very, very like American gangster film to me. In British English,
They're called
cigarettes
darts?
or ciggies. We also
Why?
use the word fag, which if you use it to describe a
What the fuck? Oh! Wait, what? Huh? Okay. Brits are kind of wild. Where we at? Holy fuck.
person, it's a really offensive word, but it's a common slang term for cigarettes. Okay, on to the next. What do you call this?
Ice lollies?
So these are what we call freezies. You buy them.
They're ice lollies! The fuck you mean freezies? They're ice lollies. Fight me. They're lollies. They're ice lollies. What the fuck?
in the store and they're not frozen. When you come home, you put them in the freezer, and in a couple days they're frozen, and then on a hot day, kids can take them out, snip the end off with a pair of scissors.
The way he says out, it's out. It's very close to about, like a boot. You hear it? It's the out.
Days they're frozen, and then on a hot day, kids can take them out, snip
Out. Out.
the end off with a pair of scissors, and eat it to cool off.
I'd call this a popsicle.
Okay, so yeah, we're definitely call in British English this a popsicle, but we would also call it a lolly. Any
lolly.
kind of frozen treat.
Guys, I just realized I'm literally a mix. Why? It's just like British, American. I like.
Isn't creamy, we'd call a lolly. If it's creamy, it's an ice cream.
So in Canada, we would call this homo milk or whole milk. Homo is short for homogenized.
What do you call 3.25% fat milk?
I think they mix the milk and the cream together so it won't separate anymore. So this in Canada would be either homo milk or whole milk.
That would be whole milk.
Ah, okay. So if someone asked me for homo milk, I would not know what they're talking about. I would understand whole milk, but in the UK we tend to call it full fat milk or full cream milk. Anything with the fat removed is skimmed or semi-skimmed, which is half and half. Also, I forgot to
I know nothing about milk. You know why? Because I don't drink milk and I'm lactose intolerant. So whatever milk is milk. Whatever I can't drink.
ask Bob if it's true that his
Hi,
milk
Tex.
comes in bags. I've heard that in Canada, milk comes in bags. Okay, next one. What are they going to call this?
What is that?
So we would call this either a parking garage or a parkade. When you
Oh,
go
yeah,
to see a
we've
show
been
in a
through
city
this.
like Toronto, you park your car in a parking garage or in a parkade.
I would call this a parking garage.
For me, this is a multi-story car park. We do have a habit of overcomplicating things. Yeah. One thing I've noticed is that in the US, they call it a parking lot. We always call this a car park. And if it has multiple levels, it's a multi-story car park. I would definitely understand parking garage, or garage as we would call it. But if someone said parkade, I would think that might be like a mix between a park and an arcade, which sounds so fun. And I would be so bitterly disappointed when I get there and it's a multi-story car park. All right, on to the next one. What do you call this?
So we would call this a washroom in Canada. I still remember one of my first visits to the US when I asked someone if I could use their washroom, and they looked at me funny because I think they call it a bathroom there. But in Canada, this is definitely a washroom.
I would call this a bathroom, or we would also say restroom.
Interesting.
I also call it a loo. Dude, I either call it a bathroom or the loo. I say loo.
Interesting. In British English, we'd understand washroom and restroom and bathroom, of course, but we tend to call it the loo or just simply the toilet. Bathroom, to me, implies that it has a bath and a shower. So a public bathroom, well, I don't want to have a shower or a bath in a public bath. You will often see toilets or public restrooms in the UK marked with WC.
But
this
loo
is short for water closet, but no one ever says water closet.
Because, like, it's 2 syllables to say washroom, bathroom, restroom, or toilet. When you go like loo, it's like literally just 1 syllable. You're like, loo. Also, it's not an elevator, it's a lift. I'm going to the loo. Yeah, that works. The pisser.
Say the loo or the toilets. Where are the toilets? Where's the toilet? Some of my friends from across the pond have said that they find saying the word toilet directly quite vulgar, and I do understand that, but it's just so ingrained into our everyday speech. Right, let's take a look at this next one. What do they say?
We would call this either a fire hall or a fire station. The fire hall is the place where you would find firefighters and fire trucks, and if there's a fire, the alarm goes.
Fire. Sorry. I'm like trying to listen to the accent because like it's interesting how words are being pronounced. Listen. Fire. Fire. Yo. I'm just trying to listen.
Goes off and they jump in their trucks and they go to put out the fire. So we would call it a fire hall or a fire station.
Fire station, but also firehouse.
Interesting. For us, this is just a fire station. We never ever say fire hall or, what was the other one? Firehouse. No, we never say that. Fire station. Actually, I just thought there's a bar in London called the Chiltern Fire.
I would like find me a bath. Chat. I would like a bath. Just walk in. Please have a bath ready for me. An exquisite bath.
House, which is meant to be very nice. Actually, it is very nice. I've been there. And yeah, I never even thought twice about that. Maybe we do say firehouse every now and again. All right, on to the next one. What do they say for this?
In Canada, we often refer to electricity as hydro. Sometimes there's a storm and the hydro goes out. The poles along the road are called hydro poles. So I think this is because a lot of our electricity comes from hydroelectric power plants. But in Canada, you call electricity hydro.
Power line?
We call that electricity.
Interesting. Because if you said the hydro wasn't working, I would presume that was your water supply. In British English, we call this electricity, the electric. We also say the power, so we have a power cut or the power's gone out, or energy. You know, my energy bill's gone up so much. This is because we use lots of different sources. There's gas in many houses. Oil is what we use here. It depends if you're on the mains supply or not. Okay, what do they call this?
So we would call this either brown bread or whole wheat bread. It's more common for me as an older Canadian to call it brown bread. I think for my kids they would call this whole wheat bread. But definitely when I was growing up we had white bread and we had brown bread.
I would call that whole wheat bread.
I'm definitely seeing more similarities between Canadian English and British English than American English and British English. We also call this brown bread. Multigrain and whole wheat is also creeping in. But in general, we have brown bread, white bread. Okay, what do they say for this one?
Sometimes when you're at a restaurant, you get a little bit of food on your mouth and you use a serviette to wipe it off. So this is what we in Canada would call a serviette.
That's a paper napkin.
Ah, interesting. In British English, we use both. Serviette and napkin. For me, a serviette seems like a kind of cheaper white one that's disposable. And a napkin is either decorated or made of material. Right, let's see what they say for this one.
We call a case of beer with 24 bottles in it a 2-4 in Canada. Do you get it? There's 24 bottles of beer in it, 2-4. So we call a case of beer with 24 bottles of beer in it a 2-4.
We would
Hi, may I inquire as to which element of the periodic table is your favorite? I don't know. 1H hydrogen, I guess, because that's the only one I remember. I know others, but also brain no worky. Boron is your favorite. Interesting. Next question.
call that a case of beer.
In British English, we would call this a 24 pack. If someone asked me for a 2-4, I don't think I'd know what they're talking about, but I like
don't know
that.
what they're
That's
talking
very
about
efficient.
because that's too much beer.
Right, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much to Bob.
I learned a lot, but they didn't talk about how elevators are not like what's the Canadian way of what do you say elevator or do you call it a lift? Do you call it a lift? Please say it's a lift. Uppies? The uppies machine. Shove me in the uppies. Elevators is the only correct answer. If you have a collection of napkins, is it a Soviet Union? How long have you been holding on to that, Ashley? How long have you been holding on to that? Because it sounds like you really it's just you're holding on to that for a while. And you're just like, I'm going to start using uppies. I'm just so quick at it. Wait, what is it called? Australian accents would be cool. I feel like it would be cool to have Australian, British, American, and Canadian. I just say elevator, but apparently I don't relate to too many Canadian terms. I just chuck a sickie, mate. Okay, here's the weird thing. I never used to use the term mate until I hung out with Chai and Bang a lot. And I caught myself, I notice sometimes when I'm talking to other people, I go "Aw, mate." I'm just there what have they turned me into? Who am I? What have I become? God. Bloody hell. Yeah, mate sneaks in quick. Yeah, and also, a lot of people hated me for saying cunt. But also, cunt used to be, is an insult for women, and I am a woman. Therefore, I have rights to empower myself with that term. In the same way that I can say bitch. I get it. My friends, the first friends I made on Twitch were all Aussie because of my DJ hours, and I picked up not only terms but accent. I've never picked up, oh, that's a lie. I slightly picked up an Australian accent earlier this year, in February. I caught it. It was a smidge, it was a little bit. And then I used to have a British accent. Just a little bit, just a slight one. I remember there was one stream where someone was like, Liz, your British accent is fucking insane. What the fuck? When did you get that? And I was like, listen, I just watch a lot of British shows that I start picking up accents, like left and right. I sometimes get caught saying beta instead of better, or there's like other specific words. For some reason, I sometimes get that word movie Russian accent naturally. I say ner on occasion now. Unironically now. I ner. Ray. Ner. Water. 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 Guys, how do you pronounce it? I'm so confused. Is it water? Water. A glass of water. 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 Water? Water. 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 You don't need to make it weird. It sounds amazing when you say water. 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 Okay, here's my question. How do you pronounce almond? Because I've been thinking about this lately. I say almond. And like people are just like, Liz, what the fuck? It's almond. Almond. I just have an image of Nat in my head every time I hear Ozzy. Hi, Don. It is, right? You don't really pronounce the L. Almond. Often? 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 I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. You're playing with my brain right now. No, you're right. I don't say the L. I'm a fake English speaker. Almond. Almond? You pronounce the L? Is it almond? Almond? Is that how you pronounce it? I say almond. I usually say often. I don't think I say often. I have said both though. I call it oval nut. I say listen. Often listen. There's like a lot of words that you don't really pronounce, no? Like consonants. Like when you say salmon, you don't really pronounce the L. You don't say salmon. It's salmon. But you do for salmonella? Oh yeah! Wait, whoa! You say salmon, but you pronounce the salmonella, the L in salmonella. What? Salmonella is a girl? That's crazy. Gnome. When I go to Walmart, I say I'm going to the Walmarts. I also find it interesting when people say interesting. Interesting? depends. Don't even get me started on Dune. Interesting? Interesting. It doesn't work. That command doesn't work, Ashley, I'm sorry. It's dead. Jaguar? Limit test? No, it's not working. Ask. It is working. Wait, what the fuck? I can't hear. I couldn't hear it, chat. What the hell? Why can't I hear it? Why can't I hear it? I'm assuming that's what it said. No, I couldn't hear it for a time. I really need to sit down and work on my setup and clean. I need to work on my OBS and like I have to fix my nested scenes and I have to sort shit out because it's a mess. I'm a mess. Wait, so hold on. Karka, are you here? Yeah, you are. Can you do like G6? Because remember, you can do the exclamation point Dune and it works. Does G6 work?
Like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6.
I can't hear it. I literally can't hear it. I can't even hear shots.
Greetings. The following announcement is brought to you by the Lazy Moderation Team. This is a trigger warning. I repeat, this is a trigger warning. Please be wary going forward. Thank you.
Can you do... I think I fixed it. Can you do Dune? Or whatever, like, redeem alerts. Can you try? I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I fixed it. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then we have one more hour. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to the loo. See, the weird thing is I call it a bathroom or the toilet. And then when I'm on a plane, I call it the plane loo. Like I went to the plane loo. Like I don't call it like, I call it the airplane loo. Maybe it's cause like airplane bathroom is too long, so my brain's just like, let's shorten it and call it the loo. Very simple bathroom. Thank you, katanas. Yeah, but loo is a place. Go bathroom. That kind of does count. Go loo. What if I want to go poo? What if I want to pee? Guys, what do you say? Do you say bathroom? Do you say bathroom? Do you call it a washroom? Do you use toilet? Oh, you say toilet. Shitter. Thank you for the follow, Matt Doggo. Have a luau in the loo? Luau in the loo. Let's have a luau in the loo. You say lavatory? Plane is the only place for me, to me, it's a lavatory. You say lavatory? Let me experiment. I can never get used to the flushing system in a plane. In a plane loo. Like when you press the button, nothing will prep me. I feel like I'm about to get shot. The sound of like, I'm always just like, I'm just like, what? Thanks for the follow. It's always too sudden. You're never prepared. It's always just like a, it's too loud, it's too aggressive, it needs to calm the fuck down. You ready? You're ready? You're ready? I always think I'm ready. I always feel like I want to act all chill when I press the button in a plane loo. And it always just gets me. I always like kind of like slightly freak out. I jump a little. Not once have I not. Even though I press the button and you should be prepped and primed, you know? Like button, it should be like aggressive. Nope. Never have. Why not shorten plain loo even more and just call it a clue? Oh! A plu. A plu. Now you're making me think of plume. Plume. Bloom. Okay, chat. Let your resident potato and go to the loo. I'm gonna try and fix my clippies. I'm gonna try and fix OBS. Which, by the way, today is my last streaming day of the week. I will see you all Friday. I go bathroom, and then I work for an hour. And then we chit chat. And then I end. Your BRB clips also died? OBS. Okay. I go bathroom. Hi. Good evening. I'm gonna go bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm Buck. I should have that as Buck. Okay, let's focus. Focus! You guys ready for some co-working? Nutty came. Nutty? Wait, where's Nutty? Nutty! I came! Hell yes. Hi, Nutty. I miss you. Also, I can't work out audio for my 2 PC setup. And I feel like you have to sit through like a call with me to like be like, please click that button. Oh my god, car caught. Let me fix that. Hold on. Let's fix that. I got you. Why is it coworker? No, keep us at coworker. So we're top of the page at the category. It's a 2 PC setup question. Those are fun. Yeah, I'm very lost and confused. I just fixed it, Keith. Also, how the fuck are you doing that not as a mod?
I don't know which one is the real sound.
Wait, how did you do that? Hackers, man. Powers. He's hacking like a motherfucker. Guys, he's Mr. Stream Elements. What do you mean? What's... okay. Hi. Hi, Stream Elements. Keith, don't do that. My mom sometimes watches the stream. She'll actually think you're a person. We don't have Gamba. We don't Gamba here. Me? I would never Gamba. What? You don't even Gamba. Hey, hello. We really appreciate you, Lizzy's mom. Yo, Heeb. Wait, what? That's a lot of points. Holy shit. Oh, Karkot, you won! You have to gamble. Oh! What? Y'all be winning. Heeb is the only one who lost. Wait, Calcifer also lost. Ashley! GG's. GG's, yeah. 07s for... It's called a click. Okay, the Canadian in the video said you don't call it kilometers, you call it clicks, which is weird. Apparently I'm not that Canadian. Rude? I'm gonna click myself. That's crazy. Wait, it's called Clicks Y. Why is it called Clicks? That's somewhat accurate. It's slang for kilometers. I don't know, I just live here. Cool. Where's the other K? I can understand if you say like 1K, because that's like kilometer, you know? Or 1,000. 1K is like 1,000. The term click is used to mean a kilometer in military slang, originating from the audible click sound made by weapons or equipment for every 1,000 meters traveled. Oh, it makes a click sound? Huh? Google said so? Google Wilden? Why is it called a click? Just call it a kilometer. Clickometer. See, it's so close to a cockmeter. And also, when you type CL so close to each other, it looks like a dickometer. No! Look at the word clickometer. It looks like a dickometer if you like squint. If you squint, it kinda... Seek help. We see what we want to see, Lise. Size doesn't matter. It's the size of love and heart, and it's the motion of the ocean. Church to be free. Okay, I gotta focus, chat. I gotta focus. Alright, Lizzie's mom, I'm sorry for what you're hearing. It's okay, chat. But I'm afraid, I fear that my mom is now asking about how to have a Discord, and we are not teaching her. I'm telling her no. Absolutely fucking not. My mom is not gonna get a Discord account, and we are not having her. No! God, chat, you have to realize my mom will use her full fucking name. We need to not have her. No! She's gonna dox me. She's gonna use her full legal name. Unless, this is the only solution, unless I make her an account that's like Potato Mom. You know what I mean? She would hate it. It's okay if anyone does anything, we have people for that. Mommy? Imagine the stories she could tell. What stories could she tell? The one time I discovered bras as a 6-year-old kid, I saw my older sister like have a bra and I thought it was like a really cool shirt. And I was like an attention-seeking little like 6-year-old, so I stepped outside thinking it was a shirt in a bra. And I even had my hair in pigtails, and then I like wore it. I wore it with shorts because it was like summer, and I was just like scootering around in a bra and shorts. Completely fucking clueless. I used to also do this thing when I developed like little like boobas, you know? Cause like I'm flat still. It's like my bra size has not changed since I started wearing bras. But I would like do this and then jiggle them. I would like jump up and down and jiggle it. No, you don't understand, chat. I'm still tiny that sometimes when I get, like the last time I went home, my mom still has like, hi! Hello! Hi, Annie. You're on so early? I'm always on. That's my secret. You don't have to turn me on because I'm always on. Oh god, what an interesting time to be raided. Whoa! Welcome in, raiders. How you doing today? What's up? I'm Leezy. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Tim. Hi, Julie. Hi, Mackie. Hi, Extremely. Oh, how was your stream? You were doing IRL? Where did you go? What did you do? I had the best timing. How was your stream? What were you up to? I was gonna do a co-working / co-studying stream. Wow! Yo! Pretty! You went to the Christmas market and the mall? Wait! Did you get some hot chocolate? I really like hot chocolate. I like me some hot chocolate. He didn't get anything? Wait, really? Why didn't you get any noms or drinks? No hot chocolate this time? Maybe next? Yes, do it. Subtle doesn't buy stuff on stream, but he got a free box of mac and cheese. Do you like spice, Subtle, by the way? I was mostly looking at the art. So you're telling me the mirror, because you're... I can't commit. Chat, see, I can't commit. I can't commit. I always just like, I cringe halfway through the sentence and I'm like, we're done. No, stop. Stoop. No more. It's over. Any form of commitment? Yo. Alright, that's fucking rude. Step off. That's rude. Quit your shit. No shot, you go like any form of commitment. JK with love. Wait, I'm gonna use that now. Every time I say something like that clocks someone, just be like, with love, of course. At least you can start. I can tell when someone's flirting with me and I can't start flirting at all for my life. See, when I'm flirting with friends and it's platonic, I can flirt quite easily. If I'm like interested in someone in that way, my flirting is, I can't flirt. So most of the people are like, oh, Leezy's flirting with me. I'm definitely 1,000% not. And if someone's just like, oh, Leezy's weird, 1,000% trying to flirt. 1,000% probably interested. Highly likely. Thanks for the stretch down, hydrate, and posture check, Carcott. Phoenix, thanks for the follow. Apparently, I'm super obvious when I like someone. I'm not obvious when I like someone, but I'm obvious, I think. Am I? I don't know. I like it when lazy is weird because I feel normal. You know what? I think I am obvious. I take it back. I was gonna claim that I wasn't obvious. I probably am. But also, when I used to like someone, when I was in high school, I would stalk them and be interested. I'm that girl. I will literally try and be interested in what they're interested in, so that when we do end up talking, like, I'll just be like, oh, these are the things that I like, so that it matches with what they like, so that they find, like, that they like me. So I'll literally just mold myself into whoever I think they like, so that they spend more time with me. You too? No way. All I see, calculated research manipulation. Yeah, it's called market research, all right? I'm just making sure they like me back. That's how I be. You gotta know which personality to go with. It's called studying. What do you think I'm doing, chat, when I mute myself and I have the timer on? And then the other cool trick is, I'm really decent at baking, and most, like, people, when like, boys be boys, you know what I mean? Are like, you know, they're just looking for a wife to beat. Is crazy. My brain just didn't have, like, a filter for that. Holy shit. Hold. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Guys. Wait. Abort. I did. Listen. Oh, man. That's crazy. She's spitting. I just create a dependency towards me when it comes to food, right? So, like, you know, they'll be like, oh, I can help with the cooking. No, you can't. Because I'm doing the cooking, right? And then they'll depend on me. So if they ever leave me, they don't know how to exist without me, and then their life just goes on a decline. That's a trick. Create codependency. So they never leave you, chat. This is a good plan. I'll ask their favorite dish and make it. Exactly. Ask them their favorite dish. Ask them their favorite dessert. Integrate yourself into the family. You know? Make sure that, like, you're deep in there. And so, like, when things don't work out, their family will be disappointed on them for, like, breaking up with me, you know? Actually, that's really interesting. I've never actually broken up. Wait, pause. Have I ever broken up, or have I always been the person that's been broken up with? I've been broken up with. That's my first relationship. Second relationship, they broke up with me and then proposed to me. That was wild. Third, wait, no. First relationship, they broke up with me. Second relationship, I broke up with them. That was mainly because I got bored. Okay, that sounds really like just a blanket statement, but essentially we never really fought or argued. It felt like I was like talking to a brick wall, and like it was really hard to have. I just want to bounce ideas and have a conversation, and it's hard to be with someone who doesn't have like a firm stance on certain things. I think that's oddly like added to the list of like a turnoff for me is when I want to have a conversation with someone and I want to hear their opinion about it, but they don't have one. You know what I mean? Like, that's annoying, no? Is that not like a little bit like, but why? Like, do you not have like, people are so anti-controversial, they don't have options. It was annoying, but my opinions are all exactly the same as your opinions. That was how the relationship went, Nutty. He was like, whatever you think, and I'm like, bro, that's like, I hate it. That is like, that will tilt me. When it's just like, whatever you want. Or whatever you like. And I'm just like, but I'm asking you, bitch, the fuck? Why? What's the point of asking you if you're just gonna, like, just veto an answer, just be like, here, whatever, it's just stop. No. No. They say you're what you attract. God, if I'm trash can, just say so. That's crazy. Hi, Silver Spades. It's nice that someone agrees. But it's also nice when someone has a varying opinion over certain things. If I tell you what I want, you just shoot it down. No, but it's not about shooting it down. Like, I don't ask. Like, you can have discourse. And you can converse about certain things. It's just, like, it shouldn't be, like, I'll take this personally. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to ask a question to convince them of what I think is a right way to think. I'm there to, like, learn more about their stance on certain, like, things in life. So you can manipulate them? Wait, what? Leezy is 1000% right. Discourse is healthy. No need to get butt hurt. There's no fucking way the bot saw the butt in that sentence and was just like, hey, let's let's promote Leezy's passes. Or let's promote her tweet from years ago of her cosplay, her Jet cosplay. Good bot. Oh my god! That's so creepy! He responded! If you want to get your bacon, check out. Oh god. Ah, thanks for the flip card, Ka. It's the most action I've had all year. That's crazy. Flip me again. Oh my god. I'm upright. Alternatively, if you Anyas, if you ask favors to people you like, they will think they like you if they agree to do it. Is that a thing? It's not for me. Like if I... Wait, you're saying if I... What? Am I the one who's asking the person that I like for a favor, or is the person that I like asking me a favor? And if you do it, the person that you like will assume that you like them. Not gonna lie, I do that though. That can be abused. When I like someone and they ask me for favors, I'll do anything. I'll literally, like, it doesn't matter. Do this for me. Okay. I need help with this. Okay. I'll go the extra mile. Just to tell, like, just to give you perspective of how far I will go. My ex used to, my ex was talking, he was on his PC and I was in bed and he was asking about like philosophy and a certain philosopher that I really like. I think he was talking about Buber and he was talking about existentialism and all that shit. Bro, my simping days were bad. Naughty. Spill the tea. But essentially, like, he was like asking and there was like certain points that I just disagreed on and he was like, oh, it just sounded like he needed a paper, like a thesis paper on it, on the philosopher. Thanks for the follow, by the way. And so I was just like, hey, you know what, like, instead of me like sitting down and kind of like explaining certain things, how about I just write the paper for you? And so I wrote him an entire paper, yeah, which I got, like, he got a pretty decent, like, guess what happened, chat? That paper was not for his class, it was not for his philosophy class. He was talking to a girl on Tinder who sent him photos of her booba, and he traded booba photos for because she needed help for her philosophy class. So in actuality, I was such a fucking simp for my ex that I wrote a paper for my ex, thinking it was for him, but it was for a girl that he was talking to on Tinder. Her tits weren't even that great. I saw her tits. All right, sure. Okay, fault me. How good were the titties though? They were mid. All right? You know why? Because they look like my tits. And my tits are mid. I was just like, you can just look at my boobs. They're free. You're dating me. The fuck? Exactly. Why tits on Tinder when tits at home? Truly. All titties matter. Oh, you're right. So now you know you can get homework done with your chest. I really don't, like, I wasn't the type to have other people do my homework because I kind of like committing to the process and being a cog in the machine. It's pretty fucked. But I would much rather, instead of memorizing things, understand why it is the way that it is. I don't know why. It's just like, I then rabbit hole. Is there really such a thing as mid-tits? All tits are great when you get to see them. Yeah, but it kind of... Okay, let's be real here. Like, being cheated on is kind of fucked. And I'm also poly, so all he really needed to do was just be like, hey babe, can I see tits? Can I talk to this girl? And I'll just be like, is she cool? Like, and he'd be like, yeah. And I'll just be like, pug, sure. Tell me how it goes. Share. I like titties too. I like women. It was kind of weird. He broke up with me thrice. That was a wild time of my life. I look back and that was crazy. That was a rough time in my life. Why do we love what pains us? Because we love what we think we deserve. If you want better, be better. Want better for yourself, chat. You deserve to be loved. And that's why especially young people need to learn to communicate. You should have snatched her off him so he loses 2 girls at the same time. Yeah, but she didn't seem interested in women. She was very straight. Have you seen that video of the girl who is just like, my ex cheated on me, so I fucked his mom? There was this woman who was just like, my boyfriend like cheated on me, so I fucked his mom. And I was just there like, whoa, final boss shit. That's crazy. 2 of my friends were dating about 10 years ago. Both are poly. One of them wanted to see another guy, but instead of telling her boyfriend that she's poly and wants to see another person, she cheated behind his back. That's crazy. That is villainous. That's crazy. That's wild. All right, chat. And on that note, I'm going to start working on the last bits of the advent calendar. I think you have to see, like, being poly isn't about... How do I describe it? You have, like, it's perceiving love as, like, not a finite resource. That you can love multiple people. And just because you're poly doesn't mean that you can't get jealous. Jealousy is like a response to something, you know? A way of like juxtaposing someone's experience or your perceived idea of the other person's experience with yours. It's envy. And so you have to ask yourself, wait, what's up? Hi, Veggie. Poly is basically open with full communication. Communication is key! I would say if you're poly and you have poor communication, then you're not necessarily poly. You just a hoe. Just accept your fate, because you're just gonna hurt people in the process. You're poorly. Communicate. It blows my mind how people are capable of hurting the person that they care about the most. Or, you get what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, when someone cheats on you, it doesn't make sense to me. It's just like, but why? How would anyone know they're poly, though, and not just scared of commitment? Therapy. How does that conversation even go? Hi, Expendable, you just have a
I make my
oh my
move,
god.
the queen will take me. Then you're free to check the king. No. Ron, no! What is it? He's going to sacrifice himself. No, you can't. There must be another way. Do you want to stop Satan getting that stone or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione.
No, you can't. There must be another way. What is it? He's going to sacrifice himself. Alright, chat. I'm gonna up the volume of the music and I'm gonna focus. Because I'm tired. Expendable, thank you for the 200.
You waste of space and fucking existence. You like that?
Hi,
You want me to step on you?
Alright, chat. I'll mute.
Huh?
emoji. Let me get it. Awa.
Crew. Hi, Bruno. Hi, Jess. Hi, Folky. Hi, Potato. Hi, Stampy. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Lazy. I'm a variety streamer. Yeah, but play games. Why is a raid message go to bed? Make me. Hi, Rue. How was your stream? Hi, Andy. How was your stream, crew? What did you get up to? It's my final hour of productivity. I'm so close to finishing. I'm so close to getting it done. You know what I mean? I get like, I can't sleep. When you're working on a project and like you've kind of focused on it all day, or like it doesn't even have to be all day, maybe all week, don't you have a problem with falling asleep? Like, don't you struggle to like just sleep and rest if like you have to, you know you're so close to actually getting it done? Hi, Folky. Yes, I do have a cat. I am currently just like 5 recipes away from having it done, chat. So close. Show cat, please. This is a TikTok star. This is Mango. Say hello, Mango. Oh, she's sleepy, chat. Mango's eepy. She's just like, what the fuck? Why am I here? She's head booping you. She's an eepy Mango. Mango? You okay? Yeah? Head boop? Oh, thank you. You would like to speak? Ooh. Eepy baby. Yeah. Very important speech. Please listen. I'll leave the mic on and unmuted while I work, while she's on my lap. That way you guys can hear her purr. Yeah? Thanks for the raid, crew. I hope you had fun. What did you get up to for stream, by the way? What did you... I would like a cuppa. I would like a cuppa, please. Driving today? How was driving? How was the big drive? I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself, Mango. Apologies. It's hard to like not kind of just bug your cat. When they're cute. Like when you have your cat just like chilling on your lap like that and you're working, is it not just like, you're so cute? Do you not get cute aggression? Or it's just like I'm chill, Mega, what? I'm sorry. Crew, go to bed. Good night, crew. Also, thanks again for the raid. Chat, if you don't know who Crew Lex is a very sweet British man who says loo instead of bathroom, or we'll say toilet. Toilet's actually more fair. And says Z instead of Z, and really likes tea. And what else? Elevators are called lifts for crew. What's like another? And then he steals French terms like aubergine instead of just calling it a goddamn eggplant because British. I just wanted to say, what's up? Hi, really tired. Wait, why? Why are you linking Instagram? What did I do? What's happening? Chat? He does say in it. In it. You know? What's up with that, crew? Why do you say in it? I also have video of because the flight attendants are talking fast. Wait, whoa, what did really tired say? I also have video of what? Wait, I'm so confused. What happened? What? He's on a flight. Yeah, but explain why you asked for the Instagram. I'm very confused. I'm very lost. Oh. He can't hear and he can't see. I see. He just wants to support. Just wants to support the homie. Okay, chat, I'm gonna mute. Crew, thanks again. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the raid. It's just really uncomfortable the way that because I have to stretch out my arms and I'm making sure I don't squish Mango while I'm working. I'm in full shrimp mode right now to protect Mango and keep her on my lap. It's not a chair. Hi, Spiff. Thanks for the hydrate. It's a couch. Good night. Oh. Good night, Ash. Oh. I didn't know she has her tongue Mango just likes chilling around. Right, I'll mute.
Hey.
Yeah, I got so close. I got so close. I'm almost done. Hold on. Give me like 10 more minutes, all right? Or like 20. Give me 20 more minutes. I'm so close. I'm literally so close. did it! Finally done! I just need to work on 2 recipes before, I just need to work on 2 recipes with photos. But I have time because it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I really want to think about it. Thanks for the hydrate, Norby. No, I don't have desserts. I don't have photos of it. I want to create like a recipe for this year. So I'm giving myself time to kind of like make it. I wanted to ask permission first, but can I set you as my computer wallpaper? Okay, pause. What is the photo? I just need to know what photo of mine you're using as your wallpaper. Hi Clumsy, thanks for the follow. Let us vote which one is crazy. Hey Mango, you wanna sit? Yes, yes, my love. Yes, 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 yes. Sorry. Sorry. I'm getting cute aggression and I can't help it. Okay, listen. It has been brought in. I am tired. Oh my god. Alright, chat. Once this timer is over, it's time to say goodbye, yeah? I'm pretty busted. I have been streaming for how long now, chat? How long was the last stream? How long was the last stream? 9 hours? Bro. So you're telling me I've been streaming for almost like, what, 12? See, but like, I don't think I would have gotten it done if I didn't stream just like focusing on it. You know what I mean? Because like what ends up happening for me when I'm working on certain things sometimes is I'll put up a YouTube video while I'm working and then I'll forget about what I was working on and then I'll move on to something else. Oh my goodness, Mango. Boop. Boop. Boop me. She really likes walking around the couch. And maybe, like, part of me wants to change. Ansley, thank you for the follow. Part of me wants to move to a chair because it would be good for my back. But at the same time, you guys won't have, like, I won't have the enjoyment of seeing her just, like, walk from one side of the couch to the other. You know what I mean? You guys don't see her like chill. Yeah, but shrimp posture can't last forever. I was thinking maybe I would get her like a cat tower that's pretty short, like about the same height as my chair. That way I can point the camera and have her sit close to me. Or probably like same level as me. Like P has it? Yeah. So what is the recipe advent calendar for? I wanted to work on a collection of recipes that I have tweaked and like changed, and desserts that I've made throughout my streaming, like my 4 years of streaming. This year hasn't been like, I haven't been active this year as much as I have in previous years. I've kind of dialed it back this year. That's because of my cancer scare. That went with like Mango having issues with her health too, getting feline COVID, me having to rush to the hospital, her rushing to the vet, on top of like a lot of travel opportunities this year. So I haven't really been consistent with stream the same way as other years, and I haven't really spent time like just doing game nights with you guys and watching movies and hanging out in general. And for a while, like last year, I really wanted to develop, like I wanted to work on a recipe booklet of desserts for like as an advent calendar, but I just didn't have like a bunch of desserts that I made that year. Last year I didn't even bake as much as I did this year. This year was like really focused on baking way more than last year, like any other year. Like I've actually spent the most time in the food and drink category this year than any other year, despite not streaming as much as I used to, or as often as I used to. So now that I have like a long list of desserts and food and recipes, I wanted to give this as a gift to anyone who's interested. Yes, I wrote down the recipe for that one, Fallen. I also I want to add certain notes for the gingerbread house. Hi, Batsky! Wait, Batsky was here! Batsky, hello! I just saw your name in the chat, and I fucking freaked out. Hi! There's a few keynotes to my gingerbread house recipe. I don't use royal icing, and I know a lot of people will use royal icing. A good advice for gingerbread house building: if you don't trust your royal icing, just dip it in like sugar. I just don't want to deal with sugar because I've burned myself many times. If you use sugar, you dip the side and like you stick it in. There's like a few notes for gingerbread house building. Like if you want to have like detailed design, it's best to ice and decorate while it's flat if you're using royal icing. I obviously use a mixture of royal icing and what I use to stick the gingerbread house together, like as a foundation, like the cement. I use my dark chocolate ganache icing, like frosting, which sounds insane because it's not really the best, like long term, because it will go bad. But I like it. Cause buttercream has butter, obviously, and so it'll go bad, but the cocoa powder kind of like solidifies, and that's why the gingerbread house that I had wouldn't leave the cutting board, was because the cocoa powder kind of like glued it to the chopping board. So I don't know how to like tell you guys that in the recipe. I should just write notes. I mean, most frostings are basically old-time glue. Hi, Taichi. Is it? Kind of. Not really. It's just I'm concerned about like food safety and when you can actually eat the gingerbread house, because I think when you're making gingerbread house and you're using royal icing, or let's say you're using sugar, like sugar syrup that ends up like solidifying once it's cool, you can eat the gingerbread house afterwards and you can have it much later. But when you're using my way of doing it, it goes bad and it's just a display. It's like just a fancy display. At that point, it's just pretty. Hi, Keith. Can you make me a jerk chicken recipe? Wait, what? To go? Thank you, Decline. Like 10 events I'm supposed to pull up to next year. Make it, take pictures immediately, eat the whole thing. This stream will give me life. I'm about to go to the doctor for something that should have been done over the phone 6 months ago. Wait, pause. Huh? Are you okay? While I sit for 2 hours for the doctor, who will inevitably be late? Wait, are you at the doctor's or are you going to go to the doctor's? Hi, Ashley. Going to. Is that why you're saying like this stream is about to give you life? But sadly, I'm about to end stream. I'm gonna get coffee and sit in my car so I'm not near the sicky people. Wow, that's crazy. Did I complete it? Yes, I did. Whew. 23 recipes. It only took 12 hours. Never mind, I'll just sit silently and contemplate my rage. Stare at a wall and twirl your thumbs until you go insane. It's crazy. Wait, what did you update your computer wallpaper to? It's like a bus or a plane. But don't go. Suji, I have to go. I must leave. I'm really tired. I've been streaming for 12 hours. Alright? It's been 12 hours. I thought your stream ended a while ago. Okay, I didn't end it. OBS just died. OBS decided, bitch, nah. So. Wait, hold on. That doesn't make sense. I've been streaming for 9 hours. Not 12. It's been a long day. But if you think about it, chat. Never mind. I had a moment where I was gonna say, Moths, I was gonna say, right, 9 hours is closer to 12 hours than it is to 6 hours, but that's not true. There are 3 hours from 6 to 9 and 3 hours from 9 to 12, so there's equal amounts of time from 9 hours to 6 and 9 hours to 12. So I'm very silly. I was gonna be like, hey chat, I've been streaming for 9 hours. Can I? She's cooking with the oven, isn't it? So I was gonna be like, since we're closer to 12 hours, right, than we are to 6 hours, what if I commit to streaming for the entire 12 hours and just disappear from the internet for the rest of the fucking year? GG's, this is the last stream of the year, chat. Yeah, but I'm really sleepy. I'm exhausted. Also, I forgot to eat. Have you noticed in the 9 hours that I've been streaming, not a single nom. I completely fucking forgot to eat. See, I've been pretty responsible with food, okay? I ate before I started stream. But the thing is, I hyper-focused over the task at hand, which was to write down 23 recipes for the advent calendar. And guess what? Now that I'm done, I'm suddenly fucking hungry. Do I have food? Do I have food? I do not. I have eggs. I have eggs. That's food. I can't have any of my protein powder because it's giving me like itchies. I get itchy. Scrambled egg? Do you have rice? No, I do not. Here's my solution. I'm gonna end stream to get food. And then once I eat, I'm gonna pass out. Food coma. Starch bad for ab builder? I feel like restricting your diet so much and like overworking your diet to the point that you can't even enjoy food that you crave just like defeats the entire purpose. You kind of like end up falling back on everything and just like because you're so tough on yourself, you know? That used to be me. I used to be like so... You need some carbs? Oh fuck. You know what I really want right now? I really want gochujang mac and cheese. And I want a fucking like garlic bread. I'm weirdly craving cheese right now. I want like spicy pasta. I just want cheese. I'm gonna shit myself. I don't like Kraft dinner though. But it's not Kraft. Why is craving cheese weird? Because I'm lactose intolerant. And craving cheese is like craving pain. Next question. Mr. Sandman, thank you for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Blue. Welcome in. Alright, boys, girls, gals, pals, non-binary individual. The plan's fucking simple. We raid out. We raid out. Who we raiding, chat? Who are we giving our love to? Do you guys want to raid Dara? Dara's currently streaming right now. Mango, mango. I have a cat gun. I love you, Livy. Mango, love you too. Listen. You tell him, Mango. Oh, okay. She did him, yeah. Do they know you're listening? What? Eh? I felt all passion in that meow. I was like, nah. Alright. Livy, I saw you were live, but I didn't see you. Like, I was thinking of raiding you too. Alright. I'm so sleepy. Alright, let's go raid Dara. Enjoy. I'll see you guys in 2 days. I'm taking this is the words. I'm having a stroke. Please call 911. I'm kidding. It's the last day of my stream week. I always start Fridays to Tuesdays, so remember that. I rest. All right, I need time. I need time away from y'all. Don't be clingy, chat. Get some good rest. I will. First, food though. I appreciate you all. Hi, bye, Bosch. Bosch! Bosch, you're here. By the way, Bosch, I miss you. You missed my subathon, but that's totally fucking fine. I'm just glad that you're here. The hidden anyways, I love you guys. I'm so sorry. There's so many things just flooding through my brain. I appreciate you all. Go send love to Dara and Livy. I appreciate you guys. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Okay. Bye, chat.